so we're on our way to Wales. This has been on the cards for a long time now and we're really looking forward to it. Leading up to this, we've had a few issues with the van. The first main one was the battery problem. It was draining out to sort of 7 watts and lower, 7 volts and lower, and it was, I don't know much about batteries. This whole thing's going to be a learning curve for me. When you charge the battery back up, it obviously went back up again, but overnight it dropped back down to 7. Obviously that means the battery's knackered. Then I found that there was 2 earth leads. I'll show you the video. Okay, so this is the old battery. That one's duff, from what I understand. So I picked up this one, which doesn't have the same specifications, but this one does come with a much better review and rating than this one does. The AGM part of it is to do with the glass. There's glass inside, so basically you can hear the water in that one. You won't in that one because it's got fiberglass in it that's absorbed up all the water bit. So I learned that today, so that was good. So now I've got to fit that one in and see whether or not I can get better connections. And what I found is down in here there was, ignore all of this, I've just made a hell of a mess, but these wires were really loose on that. Loose earth, that's what I found. Loose earth. So now I'm gonna have to drill a hole in it, make it wider so I can get a bolt through it and actually nip it up tighter, because it was just, they were just flapping about on it, and I'm wondering if that's what's caused it to drain the battery. I don't really know, but I'll have a look. Right, that was more of a mission than I thought it was going to be, but the new battery's in. It didn't fit round the right way because the terminals were opposite to each other. The wiring was difficult because the wiring was really tight against one end with the positives, and so I had to mess about with all of that and get that to fit. The earth terminal being really loose, I don't know much about electrics, but I'm guessing that's probably what screwed the battery up. Yeah, so that's fixed now. So we put a new battery in. I've got the top box on, which has got all the spearfishing gear in it, which leaves a hell of a lot more room in the back. After this weekend, I'm going to be having a go at living in the van. It's a T4, so it's not very big. Giving up a perfectly good house to live in a tiny van. You're only 40 once, aren't you? So now we're headed up to Wales. We're going to see how far up we get. We don't really have a plan for today being the Thursday. I thought it was a Friday. Tomorrow is when we're heading to a place called Clec. So today, it's winging it. Playing it by ear, seeing how far we get, seeing what we can do, finding a little park up, hopefully for free. We've got to get to a supermarket and stock up the little 12 volt cooler back here. Yeah, so I'll see you in Wales. Pretty though, isn't it? Okay, we've made it up to a place near Porthmadog. We're on our way. We were going to stop in Brecon, but to be honest, it had already got dark. We couldn't really see anything anyway, and we thought, well, we'll just keep ploughing on. We found a nice little park up. I'll put a link up. We'll find the park for night thing, won't we? We'll get a screenshot of that and I'll put that here somewhere. It's dark and I can hear running water, so I think there's some sort of river or waterfall nearby, but I'm looking forward to seeing that in the morning. But yeah, we're just gonna have a cup of tea, get our heads down. The van is ready for chilling now as well. Cheeky Nando's, that happened. We weren't gonna have a Nando's, but we did. Where did we have a Nando's? Merthyr Tydfil, that was it. Yeah, we stopped in Merthyr Tydfil. From Cornwall, we could probably have done it a little bit easier if we'd have gone a more direct route. We're gonna have a look at Porthmadog in the morning. I did some work there a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, that it's right at the edge of a massive sheer cliff face. Freaked me out when I worked there before. Didn't like it. Cup of tea? Probably have a cup of tea, chill out for a bit, and I'm gonna play with the Alexa. If nothing else happens, we'll see you in the morning. If it does, I'll see you in a minute. Cheers. Don't you get that everywhere?
I'm not gonna.
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Perfectly toasted marshmallow.
Adapt and overcome. What are you doing? What are you going to pull it all off? I don't know how to eat toasted marshmallows. I'm a heathen.
Pull it off and then eat it, and then eat the amount bit in the middle. Look, it's like a cover.
Oh. I'm so uncultured, aren't I? Daylight. I'm gonna have a little explore while Jack gets dressed a minute. Not a bad little spot, to be honest. I mean, on Park for Night they say that there's room across the road as well, but across the road looked a little bit bumpier. Could have probably leveled the van up a bit more, but I'm not too worried about that. Oh, that's pretty cool. See if I can get through. Come on, lads. Well, this is exactly what I want to get into a little bit of over the next year or so, is I want to have a little bit more of an idea of what could be searched for out here, because there's got to be mushrooms or something like that. The ground's quite... Oh, there you go. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of these could be edible, but again, not 100%, so you can't eat them. But and there are probably people, hopefully, watching this. There are probably people watching this going, "Don't touch them! They're gonna kill you, ads! Don't touch them!" But there might be other people going, "Grab them, man! They're delicious!" And this is the problem. This is what I want to learn more about. Now, is this chicken of the wood, or is this something different? Because I know at Hayes Outdoors there's videos on a mushroom. Wow, look at that one. And even up in the tree there. For me, free food is absolutely one of the best things ever. So it's going to take a bit of research, it's going to take a bit of figuring out. Even if I spend this autumn getting my head around it all, I'm gonna, because I think the further into these woods I go, there'd probably be more. Wow, look at that. Look. Now I know that there are ones that live in trees called chicken of the wood, but I don't know if that's them. Look at them. Now, to me, that looks delicious. To me, that looks like you could take that down, slice it up, fry it up in the sandwich with a bit of bacon that we got in the van at the minute. Absolutely magic. But is it? So, because of my lack of knowledge, I'm gonna have to go without today. But that doesn't mean I can't find out for the future, because that's exactly the sort of thing that I want to be looking for. So yeah, I'm gonna have another scout around. If anything good's in here, I'll see you again in a sec. It's pretty cool, liked it. One of the things I've learnt already this morning at 8 o'clock, after just waking up and walking into the loggy, boggy, soggy woods, is that I need walking shoes. Seems like a minor essential that everybody probably thought about already. I did not. Vans are not walking shoes. They're not exploring shoes. And being as it's the only pair that I've got, I can't go too deep into it, but honestly, it's exciting. Beautiful places, and so yeah, that's going to be on my to get list. Some decent walking shoes. If you ever do come here. That's the other place over there. But all of the spots looked like you get wet feet, so we opted for the hard standing. We probably could have parked a bit better, to be honest. Probably could have parked it a bit better if I could have seen anything. But so what we're going to do is we're going to pack the van up now, like sort the van all out. I think personally, go and find a different spot to park in for some breakfast. See if there's just some sort of day park ups where we got a bit of a view. We've come up here for some views and some nice scenery, so I'd like to take Jet to Porthmadog, because I'm pretty sure that it's a really stark place with a really massive cliff face and yeah, you'll have a look in a bit anyway. But so yeah, we're gonna head off and find somewhere to park up and have some breakfast. Cheers! Right, we've literally just driven down the road, not gone far at all. We drove past this last night and didn't have a clue because it was pitch black. When we looked over the wall, it just looked like an abyss, like it just went down into nothing. But I had to stop and have a look. That's the whole point of being here. Look at that. If that video probably won't do the reflection any justice. But honestly, absolutely beautiful. Makes you feel good. It's only about 8:15. Walking shoes. I'm going to say that so many times. I need walking shoes. I need some decent shoes that I can really get amongst it, because and I don't know why it wasn't on my list of things to get. That very building is what I had in my head when I was telling you. Look at it. Would you? This is where, yeah, this is where we were. I get excited, don't I? What are you saying?
No, I don't like it.
We're driving through Snowdon now, which is, honestly, we've missed filming so much stuff. It's absolutely, it's cracking here, to be honest. When you come in with a different view, like as a tourist, and having a look rather than trying to find where your next job site is, it's just a different world. Well done, Wales. All the things that we love about Scotland, Wales has got. The hills, the rivers, the little, the fact that you have to change down to second gear to get up hills. This is the first time I've owned a vehicle that forces me to pull in to let people pass, and I know these people are trying to get to work. So there's been a lot of pulling in to let people go past us, but it is what it is, isn't it? Scarlett Johansson, she does her best, but I'll do it again. I'll let these guys pass. Letting the head loo through. Just a couple of pigs hanging around in the hedge. Oi, oi! Oi, mate! If they're by the road, does that make them road hogs?
Very good.
Sorry. So we've actually decided on a place to stop. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
I haven't got myself ready this morning.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
It's an incredible backdrop as well. It's probably all around my face. I don't really care. You did a bloody good job. You're embarrassed because there was cars?
Yeah.
One of the things about this T4 is there's no pop-up roof. And I'm not going to get one installed because this is one of the last models. I think this was the last run of models that were out of the factory with no pop-up roof that was still considered a camper. So I think it would take something away from it if I was to adjust the roof, but it's not that big a deal, is it? We manage. Another thing that we figured out yesterday, obviously I'm new to all of this, so again, people are going to be going, obviously ads, div. But last night we tried to charge the laptop off the inverter, and obviously it drains the battery quite quickly. What we didn't think to do was to charge the laptop while we're driving. Again, a very obvious thing to people who know what they're doing, learning as we go. But we're going to do all of that now, so I'll leave you to it, and we're going to enjoy some view, enjoy some sandwich, have a cup of tea, have a good time. See you in a bit. That out there, it's absolutely.
It's not really picking that up, you can't see it.
Sorry. It's taken us ages to drive through because I keep stopping. We've got a drone, and I was going to try and get the drone up. It's not the best quality or anything because I think there's a problem with the camera, but that's another story. But for some reason I can't update the app to fly it, so, but I've just driven past this, parked about half a mile down there to come back and have a look, because this is a bit of me, if I'm honest. This is right up my Strasser. Look at that. There's these little mountain streams and waterfalls absolutely everywhere. When I've got my walking shoes, we'll be able to park up and I'll be able to go and have a look at some of them. But luckily this one's right next to the road. Pleased about that, because I'd have been gutted if we'd have not been able to stop and have a look at least one of them properly. Absolutely brilliant. Ha! I've literally been chasing waterfalls. Wasn't there some advice about that once? We're heading to Mount Snowdon. Jet wants to go and see the big one, so heading on down. Wasn't as far as I made out, really. Stunning. Look at that view. Isn't she beautiful? Hi Scarlett, did you miss me? I know, it's weird. We'll see you in a bit. After losing my mind over a few random waterfalls, we decided we were going to head to a little town called Llanberis, which is, I do believe, at the foot of Mount Snowdon, and from Llanberis you can take a train up into the middle, so we figured we'd probably go and have a look at that, do a little bit of touristy stuff, being as we are tourists. So this was a road called Penny Pass that goes from one side of Mount Snowdon right the way through into the centre, from what I understand. I'm probably wrong, but it was a hell of a nice road, and the views from up there were stunning. There was nowhere to pull off, nowhere to stop and have a look until you get to the very top of that road where there's a large car park, but as you can probably see, it was rather stacked. but one hell of a drive, a hell of a road, and if you ride a motorbike, probably one of the best views you'll get in the UK, in my opinion, but what do I know. Join us for part 2, where I continue to state the obvious. Vans are not walking shoes. Jet forgets to press record.
Oh, I wasn't recording.
Yeah. We randomly stumble across a couple of absolute legends.
We spotted Big Donny Beth.
And I do my best to kidnap a dog.
Good boy.